Hey everybody. We are going. Hey David, I see you there. Oh, this is not Wendy's. Wendy's. Ugh. Just kidding, it's not frozen. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. My name is Josh. This is Gaming Joy channel, and we are back on Calmsden. Not for long, and we got the flashy trees. Seriously, Giants, fix the flashy trees. It's really annoying. Like, seriously, when are you gonna fix it? Like, just fix it. Ugh. Hope we got volume and sound and all kind of stuff okay. Let me know if I don't. There's not enough spawn space for wool. We're gonna have to deal with that soon. Actually, let's deal with that now. Hey yo. That's like a last resort for sure. Can you guys hear me good? Hear me? Yes? No? I want to find, you know what? I want to find a certain vehicle, but I have no idea where it is. So let's just tab through the 17,000 vehicles that I own right now. Here it is. All right, so as you can see, we have our pallet stacking mod installed. This spawn point usually only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and right now it has a buttload. A buttload. I call this the Man TGX. Well, I think it's actually called the Man TGX transporter. But every time I get into this vehicle to drive it, I think of like the transporter movies, which are just silly. But yeah. Oh, of course, I'm happy to help, Jake. No worries. How much does 54,000 liters of clothes net me? Let's go find out. Whoa, no, son of a monkey. Nope. On your feet. Son of a bitch. I'm like on top of the sell point and I can't even like keep it together for that long. Oh look, $330,000. Why are we transporting anything right now? We need to be harvesting. Okay. Never mind the transporting. Let's just take the shortest route possible. Nice. Nice, Rank. That sounds fun. We're gonna take the shortest route possible and get over to our sheep because there's lots of wool sitting in our sheep pen. I mean, this isn't actually technically the shortest route possible. It's just the shortest non-teleporting route possible. Whoa, that's a fence. I was like ready to go through that gap, and then the last second that fence rendered in, and I was like, not gonna make it. All right, so the plan tonight is corn, which nets a lot and nets straw. 2 soybean fields, which actually has straw also. Yeah. And the sugarcane field, which doesn't have any straw. And luckily we have like enough machines to do all of them, except for the fact that 2 of those harvests need manual intervention because we need to do some carting and we need to do some harvesting. The 2 soybean fields need to be manually harvested just because of the way they're set up. So all right, we'll come get this guy after the stream because we got stuff to do. Stay here. Say hi to the sheeps. Hi, sheeps. All right, corn. Oh, look at that. I went straight to the corn first. That's where I wanted to go. Look at this beautiful cornfield. So pretty. And as this like harvester unfolds painfully slow, you're like, come on, open. While we're waiting for the harvester to open, we should probably set the course play course, huh? Field position right here. Open. Create. Hey, Rusty. Hey, Bruce. Welcome in. Hey, David. Welcome in. How are you guys doing tonight? Tonight, we're going to try to finish. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen just because, well, we have half of a forest to also finish. But I want to pretend that it's going to happen. But we'll see. Go. Go. Do your thing. Go. And straw. Thank you. Straw. Whoops, wrong button. Tab. Next. Tab. Nope. Oh, so I worked on the forestry area while we were gone. So remember all the trees we planted? All these trees right here? There's just like a massive amount of trees. I spent some time doing forestry kind of stuff and I started clearing it out. I had a reason for doing that. And the reason is that here you can see what I've done. So I've cleared out like half, maybe 2/3. I'm not sure. The reason was I got to mow this field. And once I mowed the field, I got the precision farming score for this field up to 90. Booyah! Which brought my overall score up, I think, almost 3 points. So it made sense to harvest everything and get it done. That said, there's still more to harvest, though we are not doing that right now. Right now, we have... How much milk is in here? Milk, 69,000 liters. Okay, well, this guy, I'm glad we stopped here. This guy can start driving. Have fun. This is his little delivery route, and he's going to deliver 8,000 liters at a time. It takes him a while to get through 69,000 liters, so, you know, he's just going to keep going. Fun. Next. I don't know what this guy's doing here. He's just parked for fun. We have a truck here ready for our 2 sorghum harvesters, which is this one and that one. And then the next thing we have to get going, which can do courseplay. We're almost there. The next thing we can do, which, oh my gosh, there's no tractor on this trailer. That's not a good thing. I have to buy one. Is, nope, wrong button. I did that when I took the screenshot too. The next thing we can do is set up the sugarcane harvesting. Now, I've never done sugarcane harvesting. Well, that's not true. I have done sugarcane harvesting the legit way, right? With that little silly like 2-meter case harvester. And I did it in multiplayer on Frankenmuth. So we had like, you know, the benefits of multiplayer and all kind of stuff. I'm just gonna start here. Why not? Right? And the play of courses. Create a job. Field position here. Here. Number of headlands. 4. I'm gonna give them some room to turn around. Generate. Perfect. Sure, why not? But when you do it like with that case thing, like you really have to have multiplayer. It's super hard to do in single player. And much less, it's even harder with course play and stuff like that, because you have to constantly follow and then the thing gets full and yada yada. It's a pain in the booty. So I like this header. I know it's not super realistic, but in my mind, it's just as realistic as you want it to be. And what I want to be is done harvesting the sugarcane field at the end of this episode. But if we look, we have some sugarcane to harvest. I mean, yeah, 16.84 hectares of sugarcane. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, I don't know. Is it a good idea? Probably not. Can we get it done tonight? Probably not. I'm probably gonna be harvesting that field on my own, like, for a while, right? Like, let's be real. I'm gonna be harvesting that one for a while. I'm gonna be carting for that one for a while. And I don't even think I have a trailer big enough to unload that other trailer, which I should think about. You know what I should do? I think, actually, do I have it? I think I do. Hold on. Hold, please. Hold, please. Because I'm awesome. I made my own mod pack. which is just for me. This does 250,000 liters. That's pretty good. And I don't think I have anything else bigger. Right? And that auger wagon that thing's towing around is 200, 250. Like, I don't have any, like, Bruce's, like, 5 million liter trailers. I don't have any of those on here. I think this one's the biggest. All right, so we're gonna get that. So let's do this. Hold, please. Ugh. Oh, I made it. Let's get that trailer. And do that. And then lease it, because why not? And then I'm going to jump in this one. So I leased this extra truck to deliver wood because my previous setup wasn't cutting it. And hey Tony, you jumped in while I was talking. Hey Tony, welcome in. I leased this other truck while we were talking, and because we're on Calmsden, we kind of really have to have these like 2-axle vehicles. You can't really have the big 3 or 4 axle vehicles. And I love myself a Tatra truck. I especially like the Tatra Dakar trucks, like for the Dakar Rally. Those are epic. If you ever get a chance to see those trucks in action, they're behemoths and they're amazing. But this one does really well in these Calmsden little tight roads. And will allow us to empty out that sugarcane harvester when he's full, which is we have to keep an eye on. Because he's currently at 36%. And he hasn't even made it around once. Where is he? Does anyone see him? I don't see him yet. He hasn't even made it around one headland, and he's at 36%. Oh, there he is. He's on the other side. So he should be done somewhere around here and ready to unload. And we should be able to unload him on the go. That's the goal. We're going to try to figure it out. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try. So that guy's there. I'm tired of tabbing through vehicles if you haven't noticed. And then this guy. This guy's gonna go over here to this what's it called? I don't know. Soybeans. Soybeans are right here. And we're gonna use a worker on this one because you can do the outside stuff for a while I do the other field. Great job. Courseplay, field position, open. 3, because he's gonna be overlapping. And that one, generate. He's not gonna go the right direction, but I really don't care. He's gonna be harvesting in a very strange, actually, you know, let's do this. Longest edge manual. No. Where's the angle? There it is. 90 degrees. Generate. Okay. Hopefully this guy will do a good job. Do a good job. Go. And then while he's doing that, like I can't even stop for like a half a second. The milk guy is doing good. He's delivering some milk. Now, the worst part is that like you can barely see where the fields is, the crops are, because there's so many weeds. Because weeds grew in the crops, even though they're not ready for harvesting yet. I don't understand what's going on here. Let's figure out the angle that we have to go at here. This looks funny, doesn't it? Look at this. I'm like harvesting a peninsula in the middle of nowhere. What if I do this? 200, is that right? Let's look. Is 200 right? I think 200's right. But welcome in, everybody. We are almost done with this crazy I'm gonna harvest the whole map kind of idea, which is, you know, granted, is a pretty silly idea. And I had the time set at 15, so now it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Brilliant. And so yeah, we're harvesting this field, which had stripes. And check it out, actually, look at this. The harvester, you could use a harvester to get rid of weeds in an already harvested field. That's kind of weird. Josh didn't know that. Now I gotta, whoop, no, sorry. I gotta line up with the outside of this field and get this right because I gotta get the stuff. Here we go. All right, how's the sugarcane? Oh, look, he's almost at my tractor. But honestly, I think the combination of the sorghum and the soybeans, like, why can't I think of that name right now? The combination of the sorghum and the soybeans, it was actually a combination that sort of worked. Hold on. So hold on for a second. You can just wait. Oh. Now, this is the secret. We're going to get the auger out on the auger wagon. And then we're going to back this up just a little bit. Just make sure he doesn't miss anything. We're going to put him back into the nearest waypoint. Now, hypothetically, this auger, if I drive up next to it nicely, should output into this trailer. Hypothetically. But I don't really have very much room to do so. Like, we're in tight quarters here. But I'm emptying out both right now. Both the harvester and the trailer. Am I full already? 94%. I want 100% already. That was interesting. So you can kind of get it on the go, but the auger isn't really long enough. Hey, it works. It kind of works, sort of. And then I can come over here and dump. Oh, I did call. They're going to be mad at me, but I said a double and triple time is totally fine for tonight in the sugar mill. And they brought in more people, which is really nice of them. I think they did. I told them to, so let's go check and see if it actually happened. So sugarcane sugar, boom. That's not what I wanted to do. Sugarcane sugar, enter. So turn that on. So it's up to 300,000 cycles per month. So they called in a bunch of extra people. But since sugarcane, like, that's 300,000 cycles per month, that's 600,000 liters of sugarcane that it'll process. So it's actually still a little bit low. But I called in as many people as I could. So we might have to wait a month or two for the sugarcane to finish processing. But how full is he? He's 24% full. Let's clear out that 24%. I'm like sitting right here. Look at this. Look at this little pocket that I'm in. I'm like right behind the bars. I'm clearing out the auger. Bye-bye. And I'm 38% full with his 25%. So that's the problem we're going to fight with for a while. Oh, and the corn guy. Here we go. We're going to be jumping around tonight, guys. I'm really sorry. It's just how it goes. Let's dump this. Dump. At least the discharge speed in this trailer was set properly by someone who knew what they were doing. I mean, I don't know. That kind of came out wrong, didn't it? All right. Back to our map. We're going to jump into somebody. We're going to jump into this one. Nope, not that one. I hate how this tractor doesn't show up on the thing. Right? The thing with the words and stuff, that tractor is supposed to show up on. And he doesn't. Why not? It's called bad coding. In all honesty. I'm not going to tell you who made this mod. Let me tell you, it wasn't me. I tried to fix it multiple times. It's a lost cause. All right, well, at least this guy is being good and he's like continuing forward on his journey. Go on. I'm not in your way. I promise. I'm here to empty you out. Get around this like massive arm. Get out far enough. All right. He is at corn 15%. No, that's me. Oh, the harvester's already empty. Nice. All right. We were harvesting our own field right here. And we're just gonna jump back. So how's everyone doing tonight? We can turn off auto drive. We don't need that. Is everyone doing good? I'm actually a little bit excited to finish this map up, or, you know, to harvest. Am I getting everything? I think I am. To harvest as much as I can on this map and then kind of move on to the next map. I'm actually kind of excited for it. A lot of the reason is that I'm looking forward to the next map. And also I'm looking forward to something that I kind of started a long time ago. Like that mod pack I showed you a minute ago, right? When I first created that mod pack, I started creating like, right after I created that mod pack, I started creating like, I started with this idea that I have of like doing kind of setups, right? Like I'm going to play a map and I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to play with these type of vehicles. And then I started playing this map and I'm like, oh, well, I need a whole set of black Fendt vehicles. So I started creating my own kind of Fendt mod pack. And luckily someone had already created a black pack for Fendt already. So I used that. But I had this idea and I've never used this idea. So I guess we can talk about it. Which was, I wanted to do a contractor series, like the contractor, kind of like FSG is doing right now on Court Farms. I wanted to be like the contractor, the guy who rolls into town and helps everyone out and gets paid for doing contracts, and do it as a way to like see maps, right? I still might do that, whatever. But I wanted to do it with all Kloss equipment because the original map that I had thought of doing it for was Green, not Green Valley, Green something, Green, not Greenlands, maybe Greenlands. By Peter 716 or something like that. It was one of the first like UK maps that came out. It was a while back, and I was watching him on Facebook building it, and he was like showing his process. But anyways, I was excited to play that map, and I was going to use that map for this like contractor series idea. And I started making like my own, you know, Josh style black editions of all of the equipment, all of the Kloss equipment. And I started downloading mods and making black editions of the mods too. And so I started this like probably a year ago making all of these Kloss Black Edition mods. And then for the author intended challenge that we're going to start very, very soon, probably next stream or the stream after, we're going to be using those Kloss Black Edition tractors again, or for the first time, I should say. So I'm going to take the map that Cavalier Roy built, and I'm not going to change anything. Well, that's not true. I'm going to change the grass because I'm not a big fan of the green, pukey green grass that is on that map, which is, you know, he likes to use base game stuff. I'm not a big fan. So I'm going to change the grass to be one of my grasses. And then I'm going to replace all of the equipment on the farm one-to-one with Kloss branded equipment. So it'll be a classy farm. And I've been advertising that for a while, saying that that's how I'm going to play it. I'm actually really excited to do it because I've been planning for so long. Right? They're all janky and broken. Where is this straw coming from? Like, there's straw like just appearing on this field as if I had harvested on this field before, but this is the first time I've harvested this field. Like, where's this straw coming from? Like, I know the straw right there is coming from the other thing, but oh, you know what? It's at an angle. It's because the worker was doing this field. I get it. That's why it's kind of weird. All right, that's fine. He was at the wrong angle. I just left the straw on the field so I don't have to pick it up twice. All right, looks like our sugarcane harvester guy is almost full again. So that's 2 headlands, almost at 600,000 liters of sugarcane. Like, we're just gonna need at some point the sugar mill is gonna fill up, and we're just gonna need to start selling the sugarcane outright because we don't have anywhere to put it. All right, I'm gonna jump out of this harvester right here. You gonna make it? I don't think he's gonna make it. 93%. I'm not gonna make it in time to empty him out. Oh, I am. Look at this. He's gonna switch to me in a second. $96, $97. No! Ah. This is so hard. It's like such a tight margin for error on this thing. Of like where I can fit and still empty out the trailer properly and not stop the harvester from harvesting. I'm like inches from his wheel. Oh, I'm full. Well, that was fun while it lasted. See, you know, I have problems with a lot of trucks and a lot of brands of trucks, different people making the mods and stuff like that. The one brand that I never have a problem with of any kind is the Tatra trucks. I totally sound like a fanboy now, but they're honestly my favorite trucks in the game. Like the Tatra Phoenix 6x6 is probably one of the best trucks in the game, in my opinion. Mainly because it has the rear steering axles, which means it never gets stuck. and it always has enough power to pull through whatever. But I am looking forward to Glenlethan because, I mean, you know, I've been on this map for a really long time now. I don't know how many game years it is. We can look at in a minute. Maybe while we're unloading, even though it only takes a split second. Where's my stats? Time played, 175 hours. Years played, 1. That's not true. There's no way it's only been 1 year. It's been at least 3 or 4 years. I mean, I'm on episode 25, so if you think of each episode as at least a month, sometimes more, then that's easily 2 years, which would make this year the beginning of year 3. Which is scary to think that we're only on year 3 and I already own the entire map. Mwah. And we got our way there legit-ish. All right, so there's got to be somebody full somewhere. All right, somebody's full somewhere. This guy's almost full. Let's use this guy because he's sometimes not a pain in the butt. I don't know, this like it's got good sound, but it just doesn't have the pickup. Like, it's got empty trailers right now and it can barely like get out of its own way. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to really like this mod, but I'm kind of over it a little bit. All right. Okay, that just looks dumb. Why doesn't it unfold the stupid harvester? Come on, Courseplay. You have to unfold the harvester if you want to use it. That's how it works. You can't just willy-nilly not unload the harvesters just because you feel like it. Okay? Do your job. Hey, Rob. Welcome in. Happy Hump Day. Yes, we are Hump Day harvesting, and we're harvesting 4 fields at once. We're doing actually pretty good, surprisingly. We have got this field of soybeans on its way. And we have the other field of soybeans processing. We have a field of corn getting harvested as we speak, which is entertaining because it's happening all alone. I'm keeping an eye on them. They're still only at 45%. I guess that's not yielding very well. All right, this guy's done-ish. I'll leave this truck here. Get back to my own harvest. And keep going. Hey, Kegarino, welcome in. We're on our final harvest. We made it. Sort of. We've made it. We're not going to actually get very much off of this field just because we planted in stripes. Which is obviously not the right way to do it. But, you know, it looks funny. Especially with all the weeds. Because the weeds are coming up through both the crop and the harvested crop. So I don't know what I'm going to be getting for yield. Like, does that affect it? Like, does it understand that there's no weeds in the crop, but there is weeds in the not crop? But I have weeds in the crop too, so should I have sprayed first? I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, we could spray, I guess. It would take time. I don't have time. And we don't really care about the soybean crop. We're just doing it to finish. So if I cared, I would spray it. But I don't care. I'm sorry. The harvest pattern on the ground, like for this field, just looks really weird. So we drove all the way to this other end for a reason. Because I'm going to do this. And as soon as I'm set on my line, which should be over here. We're going to do this, reset it, and then at the end I can just turn around. Sugarcane should be rounding the corner soon on his headland passes. Corn's only at 50%, so he's doing good. We are grooving, and we are totally grooving through this harvest. I feel like that's not the right line. Uh-oh. Kagarino, that doesn't sound good. That actually sounds pretty terrible, if you're asking me. Never touched a PC before? Uh-oh. Installing hard drives is not an easy thing, so you want someone who, yeah, it does look off, but I don't know. I think I should be able to get this in one pass, but it's the outside row, so the next one is probably not going to be lined up. But, and this is the reason I switched to enhanced vehicle from GPS. I can just hit a button and do this. No hands. Turn it around. Isn't that cool? I like that feature. I don't know why I like that feature so much. Maybe just because I'm like whenever I turn around, I'm always missing stuff, or I'm never getting lined up right, or I kind of miss it. It makes it easy. Easy peasy. I like the easy peasy. 91 on the sugarcane. Time to go help. $93. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, so it wouldn't boot. Oh no. Well, I'm glad you had someone who could come over and help you out the right way. That should be like a requirement for helping people with a PC, like help. Like, your first question is, have you ever done this before? If they say no, run away. Well, I'm glad they got your drive set up, Keg. That's awesome. I still have to do mine. question is why is this cruise control set at like nothing? The question is how much space does this have for sugarcane? Oh, it's like a third full, and we haven't even started on this field yet. Oh my gosh. This thing's 30% full, and we've done 3 headlands. Is it a good time to sell sugarcane? It better be. Show. That's actually not bad. We're in October or November. I think October. It's not bad. 124 is not a bad price. I guess we're selling some sugarcane. Congrats, Tegarino. 3 additional terabytes to what you had before is awesome. I'm actually going to be adding 3 to mine as well, so add a few zeros. I could also use my mod that allows me to adjust the output and input ratios, but that would require exiting the game, and I don't really feel like it. Because I have a mod that does the same thing. I think on my next playthrough on that the 80s survival one that everyone voted for. By the way, what's the vote at? Who's got that open? Because I don't have it open. Who's got the vote open? Can someone tell me what the vote actually made it to? Are we doing 80s survival or are we doing something else? Are we doing the castle booger one? I'm just gonna stick with this guy until I'm full. While we're sticking with him, you might lose the sound of the game because I'm switching my window to a different window and trying to find the window. It's not open anymore. Yeah, the community tab. What's the vote at? Because we need to close that vote. I'm really hoping it's still at the 80s survival thing because I'm all ready to go. Let's get a little bit more speed going here. Okay. We're never gonna get this done without a little bit of the ether. Not much, just a little. '80s 45, Frontier 41. Okay, we're gonna cut it off at that number. We're done. I wanted to close it. I posted saying it was gonna close the voting at the beginning of the stream tonight, and I just didn't get a chance to do it. Lost internet again. I'm glad you're back, Rusty. You know, Rusty, your comment about Grandpa's farm. Oh, that you were shopping on ModHub? Yeah. That was like the last thing you said. I was like, where'd he go? It's all good. I think I put that tree there, and it's kind of in the way. Why is the resume called a CV? I don't know. There's a reason for it. It's like career something. There's a name for it. Like it's a different name than it used to be. There's a name. CV stands for something. I don't know what it stands for though. Career vocation. Oh, look at Tony with the answer. Is that actually the answer, Tony? It sounds legit. I'm gonna say that it's the answer, even if it isn't. Robin Sakura, welcome in. You are new. Welcome in. First time. How you been? Thank you for jumping in. I think, Robin, I've seen you in a few other people's streams. Some of the other folks up top here in the chat. But thank you for coming over and joining my stream. We're actually kind of at the end of a big long series. This is episode 25 of a series that I started on a completely different map, right? And so for everyone who's catching up or people who weren't here since the beginning, this series technically started on Twitch. That's right. Stream from scratch, the idea for Stream from Scratch started on Twitch almost a year and a half ago now. January 2022. And the idea for it is that I was going to stream the entirety of a playthrough and just stream everything, and which is what I've done. But I didn't like it, so I started on Erlengrat. Here's the funny story. I started on Erlengrat, and I liked Erlengrat because I like the mountains, I like the Alpine, I like the look of the map. I'd never played it. I'm new to farm sim, whatever. So I started on Erlengrat, and I thought that was a good choice. And then I got to my first winter on Erlengrat, and I was like, and I'm a new player, right? I got to my first winter, and the winter just dragged on and on and on. There's snow on the ground. I couldn't do anything. So, and eventually I got to be like April, and I'm like, seriously, this is ridiculous. I need a better map than this. I need something with more sun, right? So I started selling everything off, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll take the money that I'm selling off and I'll go to another map. I'll call it like a transfer. We're gonna continue the stream from scratch somewhere else. And so I sold everything off, and I eventually ended up leaving Erlengrat in May, and there was still snow on the ground when I left. So happy I left. And then we went to Old Stream Farm, and we did, I want to say 25 to 30 episodes on Old Stream Farm, which was super fun. And we kind of built up from just a new farmer. That's when I started doing the Black Edition Fendt vehicles, and everything was black. And I customized a few things. I customized a harvester for that playthrough. Corn is at 95%. He's probably parked waiting for me. All right, fine. Let me turn around first. And I played through Old Stream Farm, and I got to a point on Old Stream Farm where I felt like I'd played the whole map. It wasn't like this one where I actually owned the whole map, but I felt like I'd play through as much of the map as I wanted to play through. And then we came to Calmsden. It was right after the Calmsden release. And we've been playing on Calmsden ever since. So 25 episodes. So that's 25 episodes at 1 per week, which is right around 2 years. We've been playing in Calmsden for a long time now. And we'll be moving on to our next challenge, which is going to be on, I'm missing some here. Hold on. Our next challenge is going to be on Glenleithen. The information is down below. And we're going to be doing something called the Author Intended Challenge on Glenleithen, which I've talked about over and over. But either way, that's the history. That's where we got to where we are, and that's where we're going. But I still have to go help that corn guy empty out with the truck that doesn't exist. Damn it. See, it's right there. Seriously, custom modding, it's one line of code. One line of code. Hotspot equals tractor. Seriously. Like, come on. Such a failure. Or hotspot vehicle type equals tractor, or whatever the XML code is supposed to be for that. And so as I've talked about, right, I like to do thematic playthroughs, right? Like to have a theme, like to have everything being the same color or the same style or the same brand, whatnot, right? The next theme is going to be Kloss. We're going to use all the Kloss equipment. There's more than enough Kloss equipment to fill up an entire farm with only a few things. Hotspot in my apartment. With only a few things that aren't Kloss that I can't find. I've seen enough mods now, Keith, that I'm not surprised. I checked, by the way, yesterday because someone was asking. Just my, like, not my development folder, but just my mod folder for either active or future gameplays that I've kind of set up to play. 800 gigs. And I wonder why I'm running out of space. No, I'm sorry, not 800 gigs, 800 megabytes. Not 800 gigs would be ridiculous. 800, is it 800 gigs? No, it's 800 megabytes. No. Is it gigs? Yeah. Yeah, it's gigs, 800 gigs. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's wrong also because that's just messed up. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of duplicates though, you know? But anyways, we're doing the Kloss start there. And then for the 80s playthrough, I posted in my Discord a kind of overview of what we're going to be doing. So if you're a member of the Discord, feel free to join the Discord with the link below. And I did post a new channel for the 80s survival series so that we can kind of track all of them, track everything we're doing in the mods and stuff like that for that series. So that'll be super fun. But you'll give a brief overview of what we're doing. We're going to be doing an 80s style playthrough. We're going to be focusing on the Ford/New Holland brand that was accurate for that time frame. So it's going to be mostly Fords, a bunch of New Hollands for like harvesters and whatnot. And I'm actually really excited about it. I've put together quite a good pack of mods, or so I think. And there's a couple kind of funky things in there. The reason for my forage harvester straw pickup mod, which is out on Mod Hub, was actually for that playthrough. That's where I got the idea, because I'm going to be using a inexpensive forage harvester for doing forage harvesting kind of work in that playthrough. That's the kind of the plan. And I wanted to be able to pick up straw with a forage harvester, because I'll already have one. And that's why I made that mod. 47 gigabytes. I mean, it's got to be 800 gigabytes. 817 or something like that. It's got to be gigabytes, not megabytes. Hell, this map is 800 megabytes. Go over here, finish unloading this guy. Whoa. I can't even see my truck, but I think I jackknifed. It's okay. You didn't see anything. It's all good. Why is it when I'm not watching this trailer, it like trails really badly? It's like only when I'm not watching it. When I'm watching it, it trails perfectly fine. But like with the AI, it's like it doesn't want to deal with calculating the movement patterns that it needs to calculate to trail the trailer properly. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it'll be perfect for maze too. I mean, the auger does 230. 230, no, 330k, I think, in its largest setting. So perfect for maze. And I think we're going to be full on the sugar mill soon, so this is probably one of the last loads we'll be able to do. The corn is only at 30%. Why did I think corn was going to net so much more? It's like crappy. Uh-oh. Whoa. That was like a freeze. Sorry about that. Let's check the productions. We are getting close to full. If it was my mod, I would just edit it, but it's not, so. Oh wait, was this guy almost done? Oh look, he's almost done. He's getting there. He's just going slower than me because he's like doing the whole field as if the whole field needs to be harvested, except that he's not actually harvesting the whole field. He's only harvesting part of it. So he's kind of like, he's doing extra work, but whatever. It's a leased vehicle and a hired worker. I really don't care. How are we doing on time? We got 7 o'clock. 1 hour left. I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for being here to finish up this kind of crazy journey on this map with me. Like, we own the whole map, and we bought the whole map legit. We didn't cheat in any money at all. We bought the whole map. I mowed these fields right here. G1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I mowed those fields a good. I mowed them 3 times a year for the past 3 years. Like, I mowed them a lot. Like, all of that went into silage. All of that silage got sold. Like, we made the money legit to buy every single field. I think maybe the only thing that might be questionable is the we were using Omatana's gardens, open air gardens, to make cotton, which got delivered to the spinnery, which got made into clothing, and then we made, like, I forget how much it was. It's like 100 million or 30 or 40 million dollars on clothing for something like that. I don't know. That was a couple episodes ago. All your mowing on Elm Creek, I know. See, I did all my mowing on Erlengrat when I went back to Erlengrat for the Bare Bones challenge, the one that Rusty's talking about. I did all my mowing right away. I did 2 cuts, only 2. And with 2 cuts of grass, I made $1.6 million selling silage. True story. I have the video to prove it. As soon as I can edit it. Only 2 cuts. Brian Boru, who happens to be royalty, welcome in. Thank you for being here, Brian. I don't think you've been here before. I think I've seen you over in Bruce's or Rusty's streams. Maybe both. But welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and we're on Calmsden. And we are finishing up our last harvest, where we have harvested every single field on the map after buying all of them. Legit. We've harvested every single field. It's been quite a undertaking, but we did it. And now we're harvesting this massive field of sugarcane, and we've already run out of space. We don't really care how much money we make. We just want to harvest it. So I'm just going to start selling it. Oh, it actually got to be 100%. Look at that. And this Tatra has enough like acceleration to keep up with a forage harvester driving 20 kilometers an hour. Not many trucks that can do that. Thank you, Keith, for sharing those links. Helpful as always. Thank you very much, sir. See, I just think that's a really good setup. Like, I can come in, I can dump him out, fill him out. And I think that same setup would work pretty well if you were doing it like more legit with like a normal size header, or rather a normal size trailer. I think that auger wagon takes 30. So it's a way to do sugarcane with an auger and be able to dump out on the fly. Using course blade. All right, there's another 250K. How's the factory? Pretty much full. Next couple of passes, we're gonna have to sell. 3 a.m. in Ireland, Brian. What are you doing up? That's I'm too old. I can't do 3 a.m. anymore. I used to do 3 a.m. all the time, but I can't do that anymore. It's not happening. Except if I'm playing. Like if I'm playing the game and like I lose track of what I'm doing, stop stopping. Jerk. You're making this very hard. I could potentially go to 3 a.m. or even later and not realize it. I have so much fun playing. And actually, honestly, I'm also like Keith. I could probably easily go to 3 a.m. trying to get a mod to work if it just wasn't working right, and I was determined to fix it. I could easily go to 3 a.m. or later. That's for sure. We might be able to do, not this week, but maybe next week in our stream next week, we'll finish up this map, cut down all the trees, sell everything, or sell all the crops, get to our like stopping point, right? And maybe we can do a, like a before and after map tour. I'll call it. So the 80s challenge, the 80s survival that we're going to be playing as this ancillary content for this channel is going to be on a map called Parambaris. Parambaris. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. And I should, but so I don't have to say the name of the map all the time, I'm just going to say it's the 80s survival map. But it's called Parambaris map. It's like a Brazilian map. And it is the only map I've ever seen in Farm Sim. Actually, that's not true. I feel like the only maps where that kind of puke green, really bright grass looks good is on that map. For whatever reason, like the red dirt and the color of the grass makes sense to me. It just looks good. Hey, 30K almost for half of a trailer. It's not bad, considering. Look at this, we're almost done with our harvests. Like, it's not PA Plowboy. It's not like going to bed at 3 a.m. It's getting up at 3 a.m., right? Yeah, I can imagine. I've been loving PA Plowboy's clips. He's been posting lately, these shorts of his family's farm. I love the little clips. It's really awesome to see. Your brain panicked. I like that. That's totally accurate. Like when you know you have to wake up early, sometimes you end up waking up too early. Oh. You're a couple weeks off, buddy. So I laugh, but I only laugh because I've probably done the same thing. And we are almost full. We're not going to make it to the end of the row. Nope. This guy's at 65%. Let's empty him out and then we'll empty my guy out. How's the corn? 90%? Actually, he's probably more critical, isn't he? Hey, let's jump to the tractor that doesn't exist again. Why am I walking so slow? Does anyone know? Run! Run, Forrest, run! The auger's on the other side, isn't it? It is. Damn it. Nothing to see here. Okay, where was I? So many things going on. I do think the engine sound for this sounds good. I do like that. And if you haven't noticed, I only run the cab over trucks. Especially on all these tight maps. You can't run a big Mack truck on this map. It just won't work. See, this thing just doesn't have to get up and go to catch up with a tractor or a harvester. 40, 30, 25, 20, 19, 18, 12, 10, 11, 9. All right, that guy's done. That field will be done shortly. The other reason why I wanted to play on that Brazilian map is because I don't think that map got a fair shot. And what I mean by that is that when it came out, the map it had a few issues, and those issues are really in kind of how it was built, and there was a lot of stuff that made it, I don't know, kind of hard. Not really hard to play, but just frustrating, right? And then the map author didn't update it and didn't fix any of the things that were issues, and so people didn't want to play it. And when I took a look at it, I was like, well, a lot of those issues are not hard to fix. They just, you know, require a little bit of editing. And I was somewhat new at map editing at the time. And I was like, well, I'll give it a shot just to see if I can fix what that was broken, because, you know, I wanted to play the map. It looked like a fun map that I would enjoy playing. So over time, I have edited and fixed all of the problems on the map. Not all of them, some of them I've left, but like there was you know, you get to a US map, right? You get a US map with like nice straight roads, or most maps have like very obvious ways to get from point A to point B. And this map also has obvious ways to get from point A to point B, but it's like all goat paths up and around and through the, like they don't connect. So like the only way to get from your farm to like the sawmill is this super roundabout route throughout the entire, like you're looping through the entire map. And it's not a straight shot. It's up and down hills and gullies and over bridges that you can fall off of and all this stuff. And I think that I'm guessing that some people were turned off by that. Because honestly, I haven't seen it. I've been looking on YouTube. I've been looking at other places. I haven't seen anyone play on it. So I was like, okay, well, can I make that stuff better? Can I make it a little bit better? And I have some ideas on how to, like, as I'm playing, make it better. And I also have a lot of things that I did to the map to actually make it better. Like the map has this amazing, huge sugarcane plantation, right? And in some ways, this setup over here is a test of what I'm going to do on that map. But it's a different scale. It has this amazing sugarcane plantation, but it's a sell point. It's like you're going to put the time and effort to put in a sugarcane plant, but then it's just going to be a sell point. You're not even going to let people make sugar. Like that's a little bit lame, honestly. Like you're missing out, right? You, and I'm going to say you, I mean the map author, right? He's missing out because, you know, in FS22, we want productions. We want to be able to make things. We want to be able to turn a good that we produce in a field into something that is worth more. That's how productions work. That's the goal. You're not supposed to be able to harvest something from the field and then have a production that you have to buy and spend money on, and then lose product in the production, and the value of the produced good is less than the original product. That's not set up right. Like, I don't care how you do it. That's just not set up right. You don't want to lose money by using the production. The idea of the production is just to make more money. Like, the sugar plant. I'm putting the sugar cane into the sugar plant so I can make sugar, so I can sell the sugar at a much higher price than the sugar cane. The sugar cane sells for 124. The sugar sells for like two grand. It's a huge bump in the amount of money you can make from selling that product. And I say that a whole thing because one of the big things that map had is one of the first maps that offered coffee. Now, a lot of Brazilian maps have offered coffee, and Brazilian coffee is really good coffee. I get a lot of my coffee from Brazilian, what's the word? Something safe farms, or what's it called? Anyways, the good coffee. And I get it from Brazilian farms. I'm used to that. So coffee is a big thing down there. So I was like, oh, we can do coffee. And then, but on that map, the way he has it set up is that the way it was set up is your coffee sells for like $1,200, and then your production is $120 or something like $120,000 to buy. And then you take your coffee, which was worth $120,000 per liter, and you put it into a recipe that goes 6-4. So you're losing product to roast the coffee. You have less liters at the end. Okay. But then this coffee was only worth like $1,400. Like, you're losing money and it's not really worth more. And then there's a premium coffee on that map too, like with the box premium coffee ready to be sold. And that premium coffee sells for less than the roasted coffee. And it's also, again, a recipe with a loss. It's just like, did you not want people to use these productions? And you see that with a lot of productions. I can understand a lossy production. I can understand that. But it's only worth it if the amount that you get after the loss is still worth more to sell than what you put in would have been worth to sell raw. That's just how those things work. That's how economy works. Like, you're not going to waste your time doing something. Now, I understand that coffee is kind of a, how do I say this? Coffee is its own thing in general, because the raw beans are not really worth anything. Because they're only good if they're roasted, right? You have to have the beans dried first and then roasted. That's how coffee works. So you never really deal with just selling the beans outright, which means that he should have had the sell price for the beans themselves a lot lower. But whatever reason, it just wasn't set up that way, and whatever. So I fixed it. And I made the sugarcane production into a sugarcane production. So it's producing sugarcane. Yay. And then let's go back to doing sugarcane. Speaking of sugarcane, let's go back to doing sugarcane with our truck that is here. So I made the sugarcane factory into produce sugar, but it doesn't actually produce sugar because that's boring. It produces cane sugar, which is actually a thing. And so I made a new product called cane sugar. And you can turn sugar cane into cane sugar, which sells for more than regular sugar, because that's how it works in the real life. And those are just a few of the things that I edited on that map after a couple months of editing. But I learned a lot about map editing doing it, and I'm really excited to be able to share that with everyone, to not only share the edits that I've done and, my take on that map. Oh, can I do it? I did it. I stayed with the thing with it pushing out of into my trailer the whole time. Look at that. Skillful driving right there. I'm excited to show everyone the map, and show everyone what I'm doing on the map, and my little take on the playthrough. And I love, for whatever reason, I've figured out over time Yes, here on this map is not a good example because we have all equipment and we have $100 million, and you know, we've blood, sweat, and tears to get here. But you know, in all honesty, we've played a lot of this map with a good amount of money because we came into this map with almost $1 million and a good amount of equipment. So we didn't really start from nothing. And I actually have found that I really enjoy the kind of start from zero playthroughs. Yeah, you end up cutting some wood with a chainsaw and loading it onto a truck and selling it just so you can buy like really cheap things, and you end up working with really small equipment initially, and but that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing that. Keep the factory topped up. We only gave it 3%. And 97% is going to give us what, 40k? Something dumb. Yeah, 30k. Not really worth it, is it? Do I have an idea. Construction silos. Ooh, I do. Storage piles. Sugar beet, potato. How much is this gonna let me store? This is all our land. I'm gonna do it like that. I wonder how much that'll let me store. We'll see. Corn, 7%. But he looks like he's done, actually. Oh, he's stuck. Horseplay. You failed. Horseplay, you can't drive through trees. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry. That's not how harvesting works. You have to go around. And Oxy drew a really beautiful island here to make sure that wouldn't happen, but you failed. No, what are you doing? No, stop. Stop. Don't unfold. That's still moving, right? Yeah, still moving. The sugarcane guy's already full again? He is hauling. It's weird when he switches. Like, he switches at weird times. I feel bad selling off all this sugarcane and losing money. Like, we care. So I'm gonna store it. That's a tree. Excuse me, tree. I'm busy driving too fast. Excuse me, trailer. Oh, good. It's gonna hold a lot. I just dumped 250,000 liters into it, and there's like a little teeny tiny speck on the ground. Whoa. That was unexpected. That's definitely a crash. Is the crash counter even on the screen? It's not. I think I lost the crash counter when I updated OBS. At least when the trailer is not being pulled properly, it still works. That's a benefit. There are better ways to do the 180? Yeah, I know. I was trying for the 180 kickflip. Didn't work. Don't stop. Where are you going, dude? Was I hitting him? I think I was. That was my fault. See, I think the only thing that would make this setup better is if the auger was on the rear of the trailer instead of the front of the trailer. That's the only thing that would make that setup better. Is a rear auger instead of a front auger. I've seen people do something like this with the Lizard Auger Master, which you can have a dolly on it, which works pretty well, but it's a lot bigger and a lot heavier, so it takes more horsepower. Not that Fendt really needs to worry about horsepower, but you know, words. All right, so what are we gonna do now that we've finished up our sorghum? Should we make flour? What do you guys vote for? Should we make flour or should we make syrup? Syrups. Syrups. Should we make syrups or should we make sorghum flour? Wait, is it sorghum? No, it's not. It's soybeans. What are we gonna do with the soybeans? Oh, we can make soybean oil. Nice. The one with the lights? Yeah, the one with like the light on the end of the auger. Yeah, that one's pretty nice. That's the one I was talking about. Okay, this is a truck who is starting to become full. And this harvester should be done. Or is he just harvesting nothing right now? He's probably harvesting nothing. Yeah, I think he's harvesting the weeds. He's just like driving back and forth, harvesting weeds. That's right, I'm harvesting the weeds. Maybe there's a little bit right there in the corner. All right, well, this is a big achievement, folks. We finished off the stripe fields with almost this last pass right here. We've finished off the stripe fields. Look at that, folks. And scene. stripe fields are done. Well, except the straw. Let's go put this somewhere, preferably on an empty field because we still have to cook the straw here. I've been listening to some like live DJ sets, just different music, something to listen to while I'm programming, and I got suggested this this live DJ set by this guy he keeps doing like live sets like while riding in a car. Like he's the passenger of a car and he's mixing a live DJ set while riding in the car. It's really kind of fun to watch. And it's like, how is he doing this like just and driving around? Is like his wife or whatever is driving him around the city, or like today they released, or a couple days ago he released one where he was driving around a golf cart and like every once in a while they stop the golf cart and his wife gets out and, you know, hits her golf ball and then gets back in and then they, you know, drive around some more. And like the whole time he's mixing a live DJ set. It's like, that's totally super creative and not something you see every day on YouTube, right? I thought that was funny. I forget his name though. Chris something. I can probably tell you. I think I have it open on my third computer. Considering this truck is super slow. Here it is. His name is Chris Luno. Luno. He does like, we're listening to house music right now and he does house music. But in a golf cart. All right, let's turn on the soybean oil production. Activate. And everything is on selling now. I'm tired of carting pallets. Let's check that corn harvester. He's probably gonna get stuck again. Yeah, he's stuck again. He's gonna do it. Trying to drive through a tree. I think there's 2 trees here actually. All right, here we go. Get the corn guy. He's almost done. So once we're done with the corn, then it's just corn and sugarcane. And what are you doing? You're going the wrong way, dude. Oh, hit the wrong button. I hired a regular worker and not a courseplay worker. My bad. More trucking. Oh look, we're actually almost done. Can you believe it? We're actually almost done. We might actually finish this in time if I stay with the trucking and not get distracted by other things. Okay, note to self, don't bump the harvester because he'll get all messed up and we'll miss some pieces. Note to self. All right, so the last thing we have to talk about tonight is whether we want one more episode. So it's up to you guys. I don't care. I'm happy to do one more episode and finish things up, or I can not do one more episode and we can just talk about it into the next stream. But we're gonna do a vote. I'm gonna put up a poll thingy. There it is, the thingamabobber. One more song. I'm typing, sorry. Get must contain between 1 and 35 characters. Without a character counter. That's super not helpful, YouTube. Thank you very much. All right, so I mean, we set our own goals, we set our own pace, we do whatever we want. We're willy-nilly on this channel. That doesn't sound right. We do what we want on this channel. No, so our goals for this were kind of like we were a little bit malleable. We've set the goals multiple times now. But I kind of wanted to at least harvest all the fields. And then the last piece that I wanted to do some of, which I have done, is cut down that forest that we planted, all those 400 trees. And I've cut down a good chunk of them, but I haven't cut down all of them. And so the question remains is, do we do one more episode of this map? Because I got 20 minutes left. Do we do one more episode of this map where we finish up? Or do we start the author intended challenge next week and we can talk about what happened when I finished up? Or we can like do like the first 5 minutes of, or the first 10 minutes of next week's episode is, you know, selling the last load of whatever on this map. We can do a flyover and see what the map looks like and stuff. Or do we just go to the next place? I'm wondering what you guys want. I mean, technically we could just cut down the trees right now. I figured out a way to do it quick. I'm always looking for ways to do forestry faster. Right? I have to collect the straw. We have to make corn oil and soybean oil and then sell that. So we have to let the productions run for a bit. That's what's left to do. There's not really much. Yeah, I'm wondering. So there's a poll up. It looks like we're voting one way or the other. I'm agnostic, but let's show you my new method for cutting down trees because it's fun. So my new method for cutting down trees is to cut them down. Now, I'm totally not joking. This is my new method for cutting down forests quickly. Now watch. Just watch how fast we do this. It's too late, Tony. We're already cutting them down. Okay, we're just cruising along, yada yada yada. All the trees are falling that way. And that's by design. I thought I had updated lumberjacks so that I could run with a chainsaw. Did I miss one? There's a tree standing here. Isn't there? Oh, there is. That's why things are not falling. Jose's instant cut? That's right, he made a thing that cuts them faster. I don't have that. But I do have Jose's other mod. Now I'm cutting them down here in kind of a pattern. So I'm trying to cut, like, keep it so that they can fall freely. So I'm always cutting the ones in front first, and then the ones in back. Keep an eye on the sugarcane. He's at 54. So we're still doing good there. Like, how many trees can we cut down while we're waiting for the sugarcane harvester? %. I'm keeping an eye on it. And of course, because I'm obsessed with it, I'm like crouching down to make sure I cut as low as possible. Hey Rambo, how you doing? We're engineering new and quick ways to just cut down forests. And apparently I was told that I should get a faster chainsaw, and that Jose made a faster chainsaw. I love his mods, just because they make tedious tasks like this just a little bit better. All right, that's quite a few trees. 77%. Okay, so now we're just gonna kind of run through here. I'm just like hitting the spacebar to jump. Then we're gonna come over and get this little thing. Dooby-dooby-doo. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Done. Like, I just cleared out that whole huge area. And then we're not selling them, of course. I can't sell anything directly. That's silly. We're distributing. So I just put in 100,000 liters of wood into that thing, and it's just going to distribute it all to the production. And then if we're fast, oh, we can do it. Come on, come on. 93%. 94. Are we going to make it in time? Yes, we are. And we're back to pick up the next load. And so we're gonna get all that wood. I mean, we planted all those trees, so, and I was playing with the harvester, and I did harvest a bunch of them to kind of clear out the drop zone so that I could actually get them all to drop. And I did cut down a significant amount of trees with that one. And for whatever reason, Jose's that mod, that the little container box that I was using, that's part of the mobile utilities, if you guys don't know, or if anyone who's happened to be watching does know, it's part of the mobile utilities kit pack, whatever. For some reason on my map, it's not delivering to the sawmill. It's delivering, and I think I don't know how the distribution system works in this game. It kind of works funky. I'm not a big fan of it. I haven't figured out how to fix it yet. But it, for whatever reason, it's distributing kind of to a place that I don't agree with. It's distributing it all to the carpentry. So I have like two things on this map. I have a carpentry, which is the I think it's a Zodalzocket set. It's like Zodalzocket carpentry, right? It's the one that produces wood pellets. But anyways, it has like an obscene amount of input. And so I think when anything distributes, it kind of shares the load for everywhere that needs it. Like it doesn't go to one place and then the next place. It just kind of shares what it's distributing out to as many places that need it. And because that Zodalzocket carpentry has so much input space, it wasn't sending anything to my sawmill. So my sawmill's like sitting there idle. And the carpentry is taking all of the wood, but not doing anything with it because it didn't have enough capacity. So I'm letting the Jose's mod deliver to the carpentry, and I'm manually delivering logs to the sawmill using the tree harvester, which we can do next time if you want. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's 50-50. 50-50. Somebody's got to break the tie. I mean, I know there's only 6 people here, but we can't have a tied vote. AI worker as a full grain tank. No, you don't. He has 95%. Oh my god, he's got like 1 strip left. So I have to tab to this guy, and then I have to run over to the freaking your vote counts extra. I mean, it does, Tony. Thank you. It's the stupid invisible tractor. I wish like modders like accepted other modders like telling them how to fix stuff. I wish that was okay. I know that sounds pretty like weird, but this tractor has so many things that are wrong with it. Oh really? So production revamp, you can influence the distribution? I did not know that. I think the one thing about production revamp that bothers me is the fact that the text is red. That's super stupid, but like red is like, it's a trigger for me. It makes me think that something's wrong, and it uses red text for everything. Yeah, the priorities thing. Yeah, I just wish that like, I wish that we could get priorities. Like production revamp is very much an all or nothing mod, right? You either use all of the stuff or you don't use it at all. And you kind of, it's like you got to take all the baggage that comes with it, right? And I don't necessarily want all the baggage, right? But I would love it. I would love to see like priorities, just the priorities piece as its own mod, right? They've already done all the work. They've already done all the coding. Why not release it something separately if you don't want to use all of the other bells and whistles that that mod gives you? There's a lot of those mods that are very much all or nothing. They affect lots of things, and they don't tell you they're affecting lots of things. Like the Rambler van. Oh my gosh, that's like the worst one. It's the most offensive mod in Mod Hub right now is the Rambler van. And not because of the van. The van's a nice van. Whatever. It's a van. It's a Rambler van. Whatever. I don't care. What is annoying about the Rambler van is the Rambler van in its code rewrites every palette in the game. It replaces every single palette with their own custom i3D file and their own custom XML file. It replaces every palette. But it doesn't say that it's doing it. It doesn't tell you that it's doing it anywhere in the XML. So if you have custom palettes on your map and you put a player puts the Rambler van in, it's going to overwrite those palettes and break them. They will no longer work properly. But it's not listed. It's not part of the mod desk. It's not listed in the mod desk as a feature or as something that it does. It's just breaks your stuff. Too bad. Sucks STBY, right? And it's just really unfortunate because, like, that's something Giants should check. And I know that the testers are like, they're testing mostly for functionality and they don't really look for gameplay breaking bugs. But like the Rambler van, what it does is it uses the palettes, the liftable palettes, basically, and it turns every palette into a liftable palette without needing the liftable palettes mod. And then it also creates those auto connection points on every palette, so you can pick up a palette with God, this thing's loud. So you can pick up every palette with just like a front end loader or a telehandler or a wheel loader or a banana. I don't know, whatever. It just it resets everything. But that's like so wrong. Especially if it's not documented. And I reported it to Giants and they're like, oh, well, it's just how the mod works. I'm like, no. Exactly, Rambo. Like, it will break game saves. Like Bruce had put it into his gameplay when he was testing Rogue River Valley for the first time, and like all kinds of stuff was broken and not working, and he's on like a live stream like trying to tour a map, and that Rambler van, because it happened to come out the same day, was breaking everything. And it's just like, but it's, you know, it's not documented, it's not reported, it's not part of the description, no one knows that it's doing it. Like, that's just dumb, right? Like, I hate when mods do that. Sorry, that was my rant of the day. And I think actually, if you look back in previous videos, I've ranted about the Rambler van at least 2 or 3 times. I hate that thing, mainly because it irks me as a software developer, because you release one thing that does something else, and that's what a virus is. That's what a computer virus is. You release one thing, like a little image, or does something that somebody downloads as a Microsoft doc file or whatever, and then it hacks your system and steals your password. That's what a virus does. Like, it's literally a virus. Like, it's a FS22 virus. And I would bet money that the author doesn't see it that way. I bet he, look, I was adding something cool. I don't know what's happening here. All right. Clear that. Close that. Courseplay is done. We are done with courseplay, folks. We are done harvesting. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh. 3 minutes left. We're done harvesting. And the vote is still 50-50. I guess then I get to choose. What am I going to choose? If you guys aren't going to vote and break the tie, I'm going to have to choose myself. I think what we'll probably do is we'll do like a half episode on the other one, and then we'll start the author intended challenge, but we'll see. I think all this stuff is leased, so I'm just going to return it. Harvesters. No. Headers. Oh, I bought that stuff. Oh, I bought this thing. All right, so let's see how much sugarcane we got. So the factory holds 2 million. And the factory is full. And it's already processed through a lot, I'm sure. And then we have how much in our thing? Sugarcane. We have 1. Another 2 million that can be sold. We have all this stuff that can be sold. We have lots of stuff to sell, guys. We have 1 million liters of pellets. That number strikes me as odd. I wonder if that means that we're full. Hold on. Hold, please. Full. Oh no. Sell. We're gonna sell 1 million liters of pellets right now. Let's see how much money we get from 1 million liters of pellets. You guys want to see? While we're thinking about it, let's go over to this field and million liters of pellets, folks. Come on. I'm gonna put the speed up to 5. I want to see how much money that makes. If I remember correctly, pellets is like a bankroll. Like, it's an obscene amount of money. Actually, we can check with a time-saving stock check. Best mod ever. 1 million liters of pellets is worth $1.2 million. So it's almost that's not right. Oh, the max price is almost 200K. The max price is way more in February, but if we sell it now, it's way less. But I don't care that much. I'm not waiting until February. All right, so first let's check. Empty, empty, empty. All of the harvesters are empty. So now we're just gonna willy-nilly return them. I don't know which one's which, but I could return the one that I'm sitting in by accident. Return the headers. I emptied them out first, I think. Header trailers. I don't know why I even leased a header trailer. I hate them. This is empty. Yes. We emptied that. Oh, cool. This is my harvester. Nice. All right, here we go. $1 million. Not that we need it. I think we make more money selling fertilizer than we do selling pellets. Close that up. Yep, there we go. We made our $1 million. And on that, let's look at our map. Our map is clear, except for some grass fields, which we decided we're not going to cut. We've harvested everything. The only thing left to do is collect some straw and the forest. And there's really not much forest left. So even if we come back for another episode, it's not going to be much. But on that wonderful on that bombshell, as they say in Top Gear all the time, or whatever it is, on that bombshell, we're going to leave you here. I want to say thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining this live stream and chatting and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for the views and the likes and all of that. 13 likes tonight. Wonderful. We'll be back next week and we will do something. We'll at least touch on how much money we have left after I sell some stuff. And then we'll start on the author intended challenge next week. That means next week we're going to start. I'm so excited. All right. But I want to say thank you for everyone being here. Thank you for watching. And I will catch everyone next time. Bye-bye. Now I gotta collect some straw. That should take a while. Night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. $50%.